Oh, divorced and looking for the D. Oh.
What are the odds that I meet my husband out here? God.
And I'm ready for big changes to start today. They should shake. Natalie's coming. Oh, Natalie's coming. Natalie, be at home. Close, close, close.
Wow.
Awesome! Season 4 of The Single Life is here, and the delusional behavior is already at an all-time high. It starts off with a very familiar 90-day cast member, Chantel. She's on a trip in Greece 6 months post-divorce from Pedro.
I want a Greek. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. I would like a Greek man.
Which sounds great, right? She's moving forward, not trying to make the same mistakes again.
I'm here in Greece trying to find love.
Okay, she's looking to bring another guy to the US? Ugh. Yeah, this is going to be a mess. But I will say, at least Chantel's situation is not like Tanya or Crazy Natalie's was. She is divorced with a capital D. She might also be delusional with a capital D for trying to find love on vacation, but she is at least not just separated, still married, and pretending she's single on the show. And that is refreshing, because this show is called The Single Life, not the I don't know if I want a divorce or not life. Chantel and Pedro are really done. And for a lot of us who have been watching 90 Day Fiancé for a long time, I remember watching their very first season, thinking that yes, they really loved each other at the beginning, yet also remembering how their insane family drama seemed to doom them pretty quickly.
You just call me a
Yes.
You are
Hey. What'd you say? What are you talking about? What's up?
Outside of their K1 visa journey, the family drama was so ridiculous that they ended up creating a spin-off for it, The Family Chantel. I honestly never watched that spin-off. All of their family drama to me was incredibly annoying, and I really think that that alone was a big factor in their relationship ending. But ultimately, Pedro starting a job in real estate was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Pedro started to spend all of his time with his colleagues. He got around a lot of women. He wouldn't come home.
Pedro asked for a divorce, and now Chantel is in Greece post-divorce trying to move on. And I do think that it's great that she's getting out there, looking ahead. But it would be really nice if this vacation was just to decompress and celebrate being single, because it sounds more like an attempt to do what we've seen so many other do on the show. Find love on vacation. You know, Love in Paradise. There's a whole series on it. It's where couples meet, fall in love in a very unrealistic environment where normal everyday stress doesn't exist. And then when they finally try to make their relationship work in real life, they completely hate each other. And you would think that she would try to change her strategy after having a failed K1 visa marriage. Maybe try to find someone in the US. She's beautiful, she's smart, she just graduated from nursing school. Why can't she date more locally?
What are the odds that I meet my husband out here? God.
I can totally see wanting to meet someone to have a fling with on vacation, but we've all learned that meeting and marrying someone you've met on vacation usually ends very badly. And although Chantel's mom is one of the most annoying people ever, I have to agree with her advice.
You better not bring anybody back here that needs another K1 visa, and I mean it.
Okay.
Chantel is now supposedly keeping her family out of her relationships, but Karen is right on this one. Enjoy your trip. Have some fun. Don't make a vacation fling another K1 visa story, please. We do see Chantel go out on this first episode. We get to see her awkward first attempts at trying to put herself out there.
How old are you?
20.
20?
I mean, she hasn't been single in a long time. This is what it's all about. But even though those cringy moments are fun to watch,
and it felt wrong, but it felt good.
I can't shake that feeling that she's going to leave Greece with a serious relationship. She keeps saying she's here to find love, not just to have fun, but she's also still definitely hurting from her divorce. I just want to see this girl have a good time, try to move on, and not repeat history. The delusional goal of finding love on this trip is setting her up for failure. And speaking of all things delusion, Natalie is back. I was kind of hoping we were rid of her, but of course we're not. Nope, the Queen of Crazy has continued to live in Florida, separated from Mike. I feel like I've had to repeat Mike and Natalie's story many times, so I will keep it short. But basically, Natalie came here on a K1 visa to marry Mike. She hated living out in Sequim, Washington, and they really struggled through their 90 days. But they did end up getting married. It didn't last though, and Natalie left Mike. They separated and she moved away. But they did not get divorced. They kind of seem to leave that door open even though she moved away. But how she explains what happened after she left makes it even sound weirder, but is accurate.
Moved to Florida in the hope that something changed. And I went to modeling event. And I met Josh.
She joined the Single Life cast still married and was dating Josh last season, but she did not seem like she was in any rush to get divorced, and she was still being financially supported by Mike. There was this back and forth, and they were acting like maybe Mike and Natalie could get back together, and it made it even more confusing when they filmed her last season, because while they were filming was when the Russia and Ukraine war started, and Natalie was trying to get her mom over to the US from Ukraine. And I'm thinking about making another video about this, but basically Natalie was being financially supported by Mike, and Mike said he would help Natalie get her mom over to the US, all while she was dating Josh on the Single Life. So the ties between Mike and Natalie were still there. Natalie even ended up visiting Mike last season.
Michael, I love you. I could move back.
I don't know.
But they did not get back together. At the tell-all, though, it didn't seem like that door was completely shut. And I really thought that Mike helping Natalie get her mom over to the US could make them get back together. Especially since we see Natalie pick her mom up in this first episode of the new season. I envisioned right after Natalie picked her mom up that they would go back to Florida, pack up their stuff, and head back to Washington to be with Mike. Mike was supporting Natalie, bringing her mom over to the US. That had to be where this was going, right? But this is delusional Natalie we're talking about here.
Me and mom moving to LA.
Instead, Natalie is moving to Hollywood and is still trying to be with Josh, the guy that doesn't want anything that Natalie wants, like a serious relationship or a baby. The guy she cried over all last season for not putting her as a priority and treating her like a side piece. Yet, here she is moving with her mom to California, and she's still trying to make this relationship with Josh work. I think she is really trying to make it in Hollywood as well. And according to Natalie, she's not scared, but Hollywood should be scared.
They should shake. Natalie's coming. Oh, Natalie's coming. Natalie, be at home. Close. Sorry.
Arzana Nicole, have a poem for you. Roses are red. Kimberly is crazy. Subscribe to the Kiblz channel.
Almost there, Lizzie. Oh my gosh, Lizzie.
I'm going to a city of my dreams, but I also can pursue my relationship with Josh.
So she's packing up and trying to get a fresh start. And maybe she got cut off financially from Mike since she's not moving back to Washington. I mean, you would hope so. But there are a lot of unanswered questions. Like, is she expecting Josh to pay her way or just help her out?
Josh promised to help me with our place to live, job, and I just want Josh to simply follow his promise.
She's kind of acting like Josh told her to move there, and I don't think he did. I think he more said that if she did move out there, that he could help her out. And apparently that was enough for Natalie because she impulsively does it. She moves to LA with her mom. But even just as the plane is landing, Natalie realizes that Josh already is not as reliable as she expected, and he is not there to help pick them up.
We're going to hotel by ourselves, and it's unbelievable. I mean, come on, you cannot do this to me.
And then Natalie goes on about how she had to get this small hotel they could barely afford for a few days. Was Josh supposed to house them or something? And if Natalie was really there to move to start a career, why didn't she have a place already?
Когда Джош приедет, он мне пообещал, что мы поищем квартиру, и он мне поможет с работой.
I feel like she told herself that Josh would handle everything, probably like how Mike has done in the past, and then Josh didn't, and she just didn't know what to do. She really should have tried to find a place on her own, and not rely on someone else that doesn't seem to care that much.
Да, скорее всего, Майк бы нас забрал. Я думаю, что Натали достойна лучшего.
And then after she's upset that Josh didn't show up, the next day Natalie leaves her mom at the hotel to meet Josh for a date. He doesn't come in to meet her mom or anything, just takes Natalie out.
Natalie moving to LA, I'm excited about. I think we're gonna see each other more often, but I still want to take things, slow.
I'm still getting the whole vibe that Natalie is a side piece. Is anyone else? Josh did not tell Natalie to move here for a serious relationship or anything like that. She said she wanted to move here for a career and that she could also continue her relationship with Josh. He does say something about helping her and helping her get a job, so I guess he is doing something to help her out, but they don't specify how much he is helping her, and I have a feeling that she's going to expect a lot more than he gives. And Natalie seems to now all of a sudden think she'll be spending more time with Josh now that she's moved to his home base. But she finds out pretty quickly that that is not the case.
It's 2 days. 2 days. It's not 1 week. Right. So Can you count?
My head is spinning a little bit. Natalie tends to do that though, doesn't she? She knows that this guy travels like 80% of the time for work, no matter where he is. But she thought that things would be different if she moved closer to him. Natalie made it clear in the last Single Life season that she wants a serious relationship and kids, and this guy can't even give her a week of his time.
He promised to stay 1 week. He promised to find a home for me. I can't be here.
What is she doing here? This is not new information. She's now melting down because he said he would be there for a week to help her get a place in LA, and now that week he talked about has turned into a few days.
I sold my car. I have my mom. I don't have a work. I'm up.
I really think that Natalie just can't wrap her head around the fact that this guy does not want a serious relationship with her. This guy is not going to take care of her like Mike did. He's just not.
I'm leaving.
She operated her life with no plan and relied on someone that is not reliable. And now she will have to figure out life on her own, like she should be anyways. But I really don't think that Natalie knows how to fully do that, because we once again see Mike in a preview for what's upcoming in the season. She seems to always try to keep that option open as something to fall back on. This is going to be a very interesting season. Let me know what you think of this first episode. This season is already set up to have a lot of drama from bad decision making alone. I'm excited to meet all of the Single Life season cast and see where this season goes. Are you?
Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!